I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
Quran is mentioned, if this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset, that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.
Hello everyone, and peace of Christ all of you. Please invite your friends and let us have some good time together. Today, actually in the last few days, this is like the top news in Egypt, where a Muslim thinker, very well known, is a smart man. He refused to accept that Muhammad, he ever went to the 7 heaven galaxies, whatever it is. And now the Muslims are going so crazy. Anyone who try to say something against Islam, for sure, the Muslims, they will try to get their hand on him. And now they are, he is a famous TV program, producer, and he's very well known as a person who speak his mind. And, this guy, he have a history. But, in Islamic world, the second you speak against Muhammad, or you say something Muhammad he did is not right, then all the Muslims suddenly, they are people of dignity. Like, this is the country of belly dancing, prostitution, etc. And then suddenly, if a girl, she go and she speak in the TikTok, suddenly all the country is against her. Oh, she is showing her legs. Oh, but this country watch in TV 24 hours, 7 days a week. Belly dancing. Their movies all about kissing and having sex and etc. A person, he made a movie about homosexual. Everybody is against him. How you do that? But the country is full of homosexual. So this is a very, very hypocrite society. And now this guy, he said, well, obviously the story of Muhammad, that he went to the 7 heaven, as people claim, obviously it is a fiction. It's not true. It can't be true. And he gave his reasons. And you will see the Muslims making videos to refute him. Everybody now is going to refute him. Look, even this female lady, Muslim woman, she is going to refute him. Look, the refutation in her face, you can tell. She has 10 kilograms of makeup. She is a Muslim. Look how much. What is that in your eyes? Anyway, halal, halal, brother. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Now he is warning him. Huh? How dare you? Look at this guy. This guy, even in his car, he is refuting the guy. Everybody now refuting the guy. But if we go in the Quran, right away we will see that this story is so stupid. If you remember, just yesterday, 2 days ago, we have a Muslim, he called us, he said nobody saw him. Nobody saw Muhammad going there. Nobody saw Muhammad coming from there. I mean, in Islamic religion, supposedly, if we can call it a religion, if your wife cheat on you, you need 4 witnesses, and they have to see the penis of the boyfriend going in and out. Not only they have to see them naked. No, no, no. Not only in the top of each other. No, 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 no. You have to see the penis going in, going out. Excuse my language. But Muhammad going in and Muhammad going out, no need for witnesses. Do you see the if a penis going in And going out, we need 4 witnesses for a penis. For what? For a penis. A man, he claimed to be a prophet. He went to 7 heavens. We'll at least treat him like a penis. Do you have 4 witnesses? Do you have even 1 witness? Do you have 2? Do you have half? Nobody. Even his wife, she said that Muhammad, you know, he went there by his spirit, not by his body. His body was here next to me. And if you read the chapter here, the verse, and the what do you call it, verse, which is supposed to be chapter, you know, like, it's a chapter, brother, chapter. The night journey, Al-Isra. You know, here you see a mistake right away in the verse, if we can call it a verse. Have you ever heard of a God, he say glory to Allah? Who is talking? Allah. I mean, the one who keep, you know, saying the same thing, obviously is a stupid. The one who wrote the Quran is an idiot. If Allah is the one who is talking, Allah will not say glory to Allah who took his servant for a journey. Secondly, who is the servant? Any Muslim can show me in this Quran that this is talking about Muhammad? What servant we are talking about? Number 2, what is the second mosque? And what is the farthest mosque? You know, the Muslim, they will say Al-Aqsa. Al-Aqsa was built by the time of Abdul Malik ibn Marwan over the temple of the Jews. And actually, they took a lot of stones and a lot of wood from the temple of Baal in Baalbek. So what is the farthest mosque? And is that the farthest really? Did Allah make a mistake? Is this the farthest mosque? How it is the farthest? Jerusalem is few hours driving from the borders of Saudi Arabia. So where is the farthest mosque? And there's no mosque at that time was built. Where? Who built it? I remember once we have a teacher, he was speaking how the Jews, how they took Jerusalem, how they took the Aqsa Mosque, that we have to take it back. Somebody saying, Harun, how is this different from the ascension of Jesus? My friend, they saw him. Jesus, in the when he was resurrected, there was witnesses. Thousands of people, after that, they saw him. Everything Jesus he do, they see. And you know, you asking me too. I mean, if you're asking me about when Jesus was resurrected, well, shouldn't you ask or took to heaven? Shouldn't you ask your God Allah? In your religion, you have no witnesses, and here we have witnesses. So here we see when this teacher was saying, the Jews, they call it Baytul Maqdis, you know. They took it from us. We have to take it back. Allahu Akbar. Then I put my hand up and I said, sir, I have a question. Who is the one who built Jerusalem according to Islam? He said, Prophet Solomon and David. So I said, well, if David and Solomon, they are the one who built Jerusalem, what do you have to do with it? This is Muhammad himself is speaking, saying, when Sulaiman bin Ibn Dawood, which means the son of David, finished building Baytul Maqdis. Who is the one who finished building Baytul Maqdis? Who? Muslims, are you blind? Are you deaf? Who is the one who finished building Baytul Maqdis? Is that a Muslim? Yes, he is a Muslim. This is the prophet with the Jews. Is it the Quran says we send? Don't you Muslim? You say that David was sent to the Jews, Sulaiman was sent to the Jews. Now he's a Muslim. They hijack everything. Buddha was a Muslim, by the way. That's why I have a big belly. He was fasting Ramadan, but the whole year, because Muslim in Ramadan they eat more. So Buddha obviously was fasting the whole year, and his belly was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Hello, Buddha. How are you? Are you still fasting? So there's no witnesses for anything Muhammad he do as usual. And then when they start asking him about Jerusalem, the guy he have no idea what to say. And then people they start leaving Islam, including Muslims who converted to Islam already because he gave wrong answer. Then Muhammad he went to ask from friends to fix it, but it was too late. But if you see the story about how Muhammad he went to the heaven, you will see that the story is made by an idiot. Not only he is a liar, but he's a, this guy is suffering from mental illness. According to Muhammad, Allah he sent a donkey, an animal between a mule and donkey as a size, but he's so long, he's like a limousine. Well, Muhammad will not ride a normal donkey; it have to be long, So this donkey. Let me show you the hadith. Yeah, here we go. So this donkey was sent by Allah to take Muhammad to heaven. There's articles made by Muslims speaking about science and the Quran. Speaking about what? Science and the Quran. And they say, well, the angels are made of light, and their speed is the speed of light. Okay. Their speed is the speed of light. We can search right now for the article. Let me do it in front of your eyes. Angels as speed of light. I do not know the name of the article, but I'm just, just type those words. Quran, a miracle. Everything about this book is a miracle. Are you kidding me? All right. So right away, when you search, you will find those references, like right away, videos, YouTube, speed of light in the Quran, speed of light in the Quran, speed of light in the noble Quran. It's a noble Quran, by the way. I mean, it's very noble. I mean, come on. It says you can have children, and you are telling me it's not noble? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? So the miracle of calculation, the speed of light in the Quran. You see, this is what I like about those Muslims claim of miracles, because those, they get them busted. So you will see in those articles, all of this is speaking about thousands of years of journey. Oh, this is not Muslim article. Hold on. I don't want to show an article written by somebody is not a Muslim. Hold on. Hold on. Here. Okay. Noor. Kalam. Sawa. Barada. Batata. Okay. Let's see this one. I want to find a Muslim website. The Miracle of the Quran. Here we go. This website cannot be loaded. Out of animation. Okay, let's see a different one then. Speed of the light and the Quran. I have tons of websites, but I'm trying to find something official, not just an article. Yeah, and then, okay, here we go. This one. Let's see this one. Yeah, well, this is an article, but have nothing to do with what we are looking for. Let us try again. There's an official website, but it did not let me go in. I think because of my extra security. Let us see this one. Ah, okay, this one worked for us. Speed of light in the Holy Quran. Okay. And then, you know, you will see the article. I'm not going to read it for all of, all of it. But we will read what is important for us. The moon revolve around the earth, complete around the month, blah, 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 blah. And then they calculate for you how many days, how many hours, how many thousand years it take to go, etc., to certain location. So the distance per year is 215,612. X12 is etc. kilometer. This was the Muslim calculation, okay? Calculation of a length of 1 day. So in 1 day, the day is 24 hours, and in second is etc. And right now we have the value of 1,000 year, 1,000 year, which is equal to this number as kilometers. This is how you can, how far you can go by 1,000 year. This is the Muslim calculation. And what the Muslims are talking about here, they are talking about the Quran speak that 1 day for Allah is like 1,000 year for us. 1 day for Allah is like 1,000 year in our timing, as you see. And a day in your Lord is 1,000 year of what you rocking. And by the way, this is copied from the Old Testament, but Muslims, they take it literally, and Muhammad, he make it literally too. So we will go with it. So 1,000 year will take you to this distance. 1,000 year of our time. And to go where? To go to the heaven of Allah. Just to go. So how Muhammad he went, and those are the angels. The angels that take them 1,000 year to go up. That's mean another 1,000 years to come back. And this is by the speed of light. And the Muslim confirmed that by their own fabrication study, just to prove a point, which cannot be true. I mean, all of this is their own fiction, trying to make a miracle in the Quran. Before we can realize that the signal in Holy Verse is the speed of light by liking the 1 day and the 1,000 year, this is scientific precedence of the Quran, and it would not be a coincidence. So it is, that's it, it's not a coincidence. So we will go with it. So Muslims, how the guy, he went up to heaven, he came back in 4 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours. And not only that, in his way, he stopped in Jerusalem. Any Muslim can answer? Especially Muhammad is using a donkey, and in his accompany is an angel. The donkey is not made from light. The angel supposedly is made of light according to the Quran, but the donkey is not. Is he an angel? Is he an angel donkey? If you have a physical body, and we are talking about science now, and the Quran give us what Muslim they claim it is a science, that it take you searching, 1,000 years just to go. But here we have a guy, he went up during nighttime. That's why it's called the night journey. He went and he came back. And he was carried by a mule. If you read the story with me, you will see the story is very funny and very stupid. That the angels, they have to open the chest of Muhammad to wash what is inside. They took his organs, and they brought with them from heaven a dish full of faith and wisdom, which obviously the statement of a mule, because since when faith come in dishes, and since when you install wisdom in somebody's chest, and since when the Muslims, they accept that this God who they claim, that if he wanted something to be, he would say be, yet he need to make a surgery for Muhammad to prepare him to go to heaven. Obviously Muhammad was very filthy and was very stupid, so he cannot take him to heaven yet. He's not ready. Muhammad is not ready. So Allah, he need to prepare Muhammad. How? He cut his chest open. He sent 2 angels. They put him in a table. They cut his chest open all the way to his testicles, and they took everything inside, and then they wash it with the water of Zamzam. And the water of Zamzam obviously is something Muhammad he copied from the Sabian as a tradition. You know, the Sabian, they have a water which they wash with their body and to do ablution. Muhammad he copied that from them. He claimed it's a holy water. For them it's a holy water too. So after they wash his chest and his organs and they put it back, and then they insert a dish of faith and a dish of wisdom, and here you ask yourself, what's wrong with the faith of Muhammad? Obviously the faith of Muhammad was horrible. And then I was then brought a white beast which called al-Buraq, and here you need to focus with me in the name. Al-Buraq means the thunder. So now we confirm that this donkey have the speed of light. A thunder, his name is Thunder. What you can say? Actually, thunder, you know, yeah, I mean, we can say it's the light, it's connected. So how Muhammad and the Muslims is the one who's making articles that in the speed of light, we need 1,000 years to go to heaven. And that is confirming supposedly the speed of light, which now we have by science. And the story is more funny, that when the mule, Muhammad described it saying, it's bigger than a donkey and smaller than a mule. And here you ask yourself, well, it cannot be a thunder then. His name is Thunder, but he is not a thunder. As you see, he's a donkey. And then we need to ask ourselves, why it's a donkey with 4 legs, not a bird with the wings? I mean, is he flying with what the legs for exactly? Was the donkey walking up to heaven? Why he's a donkey? You see, the reason we are asking those questions, because Muslims, they make it scientific. Otherwise, I can say, well, God, he took Muhammad in any way he wished. But as long as you Muslims, you confirm that everything in the Quran obviously is science, then we have to go by science. Why the donkey have legs? Why he is not a bird? And what is the duty of the donkey? How the donkey can fly with you? So it's not metaphorical, and it's not like let us say it's just to describe a magical thing happened. No, it is supposedly physical thing happened for real. And then its stride was as long as the eye. Look how long the donkey is. Very long limousine. You see how far he is? It's so long, very long limousine, as far the eye can reach. And then we went forth till we reached the lowest heaven. And here you ask yourself how stupid the story is getting more. Lowest heaven. If we ask ourselves first, what is the lowest heaven in the Quran? The lowest heaven is where the stars are located. Where is where the stars are located? And this is mentioned many times in the Quran. You know, we are not making things up. As you see, we show you reference. Chapter 67, verse number 5. Chapter 41, verse number 12. Chapter 37, verse number 6. So according to Muhammad, his God, he made 7 heavens and 7 earth, by the way. And Allah, he located the stars, the lamps, in the lowest heaven. After that, there's no stars. So now we are talking about Muhammad. He is passing. The first journey is where the stars are located. Stars. Take a note. If we ask ourselves, I don't know, I'm not too much into science, but I will search in Prophet Google, peace be upon him. How long it take? I will go to the most closest star to us to go to the sun. Just, you know, question to the sun. It says here, it would take 169,090 hours to fly there. Okay, let us change it and see by the speed of light. I don't know, because it says here fly. By speed of light. In our sun, on average, is only 90 million miles away from the Earth. It take speed of light is 186,000 miles per second, and it take 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go to the sun. Take a note. So Muhammad, he arrived to the sun. Because this is where the stars located, right? This is where the stars are located. And now here, you know, remember, I mean, this is a joke because the stars are not located in one place. I mean, there's many galaxies. What is the lowest heaven? We arrived there in 8 minutes. If we search in Google, Prophet Google, what is the farthest galaxy from Earth? It's discovered. We cannot talk about something we do not know. It says, from previous study, galaxy GN Z11, yeah, I know Z11, we used to work together when we used to be, like when James Bond. It take 13, the distance from us is 13 billion 0.4 light of years. Until now, we are in the stars location. Because remember, Muhammad, he mentioned clearly that he arrived to the lowest heaven, and the lowest heaven is where the stars located. So the second heaven, there's no stars. So now to pass, if we assume that Muhammad is saying the truth, which obviously not, to pass the first heaven, which where the stars located, we need to pass galaxy GNZ11, which is 13.4 billion light years distance. Muhammad, he took it all. Not only galaxy now, this is the first heaven. Remember, there are 7. And Muhammad, he mentioned different hadith that the distance between each heaven is the travel of 500 years. Let us show you the reference. I mean, I'm so happy really that Muhammad, he talk a lot. The more he talk, the more poo he do. And that's why the Muslims, they try to deny what their prophet said, because it's stupid. You know, this guy, he keeps saying stupid things. So, let us see here, where it says 500 years to prove our point, because we don't want the Muhammadan to say, well, you know what, this guy is making things up. It's not true. And the one it's da'if, we will not mention. This one is da'if, so we will skip it. The da'if one, we will not mention it. This is Hasan, this is good. Muhammad, he said, if a pellet like this one and pointed to one like a jumjum, I mean you know, your head, I forgot the word in English, sorry. So your skull. So if one of those things fell from heaven and fell in your head, it will travel a distance of 500 years and which would reach the earth before the night fall. Did I say that? No. Who said that? Muhammad. So it will take a 500 years free falling from heaven. In different hadith, Muhammad, he says that the distance between every heaven and the other one is 500 years. So 500 years is the average. And here, you know, this is to make you excited now, if you are a male, not a female. Yahya related to me from Malik, from Muslim, from a women who are naked, even though they are wearing clothes, go astray and make other go astray, and they will not enter the garden if they will not find its sense and its sense experience from far distance of 500 years. Let's find something else. Muhammad, he said, and by the way, this one it says da'if, but who cares? It's still valid. The elevation is indeed like what is between the heaven and the earth, a distance of 500 years. And we can show you this even from Ibn Kathir. Let us show you something else. If you remember, Allah, he come down every third part of the night. Asking the Muslims if they are making supplication every third part of the night. Let us see here. And you know, by the way, the funny is, the Muslim, when you show them a hadith they say to you is da'if, you will find that the same hadith, which is da'if, is used to prove their science. You see, it says here hadith, it's da'if. So what we will do, we accept it. It's fine. It's good. So anyway, the same hadith, it's da'if, it is true. It's absolutely true. So what if it's da'if? Da'if does not make any difference. it is accepted because we want to prove our point now. We want to show people that Islam is a religion of science. Let us see. Yeah, this is the same article, but this is in English. But anyway, the distance we are talking about now, as long we have 7 heavens and 7 earth. And the Quran saying that it take the angels 1,000 years of our timing in the speed of light. Mr. Gogol said that in order to go only to what we discovered, Galaxy Z11, we need 13.4 billion light year. So if Muhammad, he traveled even in the speed of light, and he have only 8 hours maximum or 10 hours, how he went to the 7th heaven, which is the top? Remembering that the lowest heaven is only where the stars are located. So now to go to the lowest heaven alone, we need 13 billion years in the speed of light. And remember, it is not us who put the number of like how long it take. It's the Quran. The Quran says that it take the angels, because you might say, well, why you are saying that? I mean, what does have to do with Muslims? Maybe Allah, you know, maybe they go in 2 seconds. Maybe, right? Maybe it's 1 second. The Quran decided there is 2 dates the Quran decide. One is supposedly in the judgment day. The angels will take them 50,000 years to go to heaven. This is chapter 70, verse number 4, as you see. And the Muslim explained that is not a contradiction. They say, no, it's not a contradiction. This is about the judgment day. So we let it go. And then we will find different verse in the Quran. Chapter 32, verse number 5, and this is what the article was quoting. It says, he arranged every affairs from the heaven to the earth. Then his affair, which means the angels, will go up to him in 1 day. The space war 4 is 1,000 years if you're rocking. So it take only 1,000 years to reach the end of everything in Islam, because this is where Allah is located. A 1,000 years of our timing. But then how Muhammad, he went there in a few hours? Remembering, he is talking here about the angels. You can open any interpretation and you will see it's about angels. This is chapter 32, verse number 5. Chapter 32, Ibn Kathir, verse number 5. All right? He's talking about what? Who are those who go up and go down? They are the angels. And here you see Ibn Kathir is quoting the hadith which I showed you before, where Muhammad described the distance between the heaven and the heaven. It's Allah who created 7 heavens and 7 earth, according to the Quran too. There's 7 earth and 7 heaven. And this is taken from the Greek mythology, where there's a 7, like, you know, Neptune, etc., you know, all those names. In the Greek mythology, Muhammad, he implemented them as part of his religion. Suddenly now we have 7 heaven and 7 earth. And the command descend between them. Which command we are talking about? Those are the angels of Allah. And you know what here, what make it more dangerous, if those are not the command of Allah as an angel, they are just command, as the English here saying. That means even the word of Allah take 1,000 years to travel. You know what I mean? The Arabic is saying that it's the command of Allah. The Muslim, they say, well, those are the angels. And this is what Muhammad, he says. He said the distance from Mujahid, from Qatada, from, they say the distance covered by the angels when he descended or ascended is a distance of 500 years. And then he says, but he covered it in the blink of an eye, Allah says. But where he says that? Nowhere. As you see, it says 1,000 years if you're timing. This is Ibn Kathir explanation. Because if it's a blink of an eye in Allah timing, then Allah, he lie when he says, my day is equal to 1,000 years of your time, and this is what it takes them to come down. So how that is a blink of an eye? He directs his commands from the heaven to the earth. It will go up to him, mean his commands come down from above the heaven to farthest boundary of the seven earth. So now we have the measurement in the Quran that the farthest boundary of the heaven, it takes 1,000 years. Of our time. And here, you, by the way, you notice that as long the day is connected to our 1,000 year, and this is scientifically now, not metaphorically, then Allah, he goes by time too. He have a time. He is not out of time. Because it says it clearly, and again, it's not me who is making it, not metaphorically, it's the Muslims. This is why they have articles about science. If it's metaphorical, then it's all of this is garbage. There's no need to make it to make this drama about science and etc. It's a metaphorical. There's no speed of light. There's nothing. But as long as it is something physical, and Muhammad, he described it as a physical movement. Even his God, Allah himself, he come in the third part of the night. So Allah himself, he go by time, and he have a time. And his time, obviously, work with our time. Because when Allah, he come in the third part of the night, which night we are talking about? Our night. And Allah, he come in the lowest heaven. So Allah is moving between heaven number 7 and heaven number 1. He don't go down more. He just stay there. In the heaven number 1. Which is where the stars are located. All of us will lead us, all of this will lead us, that Muhammad, his lies go against his lies. Does it take 1,000 years to go up and then 1,000 years to come down? Isn't it Jibreel is one of the angels anyway? And as long the donkey is not from light, he is a physical donkey. And as long it's not be and he was, because as you see, Muhammad, he described that when he go to heaven, he stopped by the gate and there's guards, and the guards ask him, Jibreel, who is this? Jibreel, he says, it's me, Jibreel. They said to him, who is with you? Here he arrived, Gabriel. It's not Gabriel, by the way, it's Jibreel. Even Muhammad, he got the name wrong. So Jibreel, he arrived, he asked the gate to be open. As we see now, we have physical objects. This is a physical journey. So he arrived to the first gate, and this gate is guarded heavily by angels. Why? Because the Qur'an claim that genie, they try to spy at Allah. I'm sure you are laughing again. Chapter 15, verse number 18, explain to us why there is gates and why there is guard. So Allah in the Quran, supposedly, he said that, you know, if you read here carefully, it says, though we opened them a gate in heaven, and still they mounted through it. So Allah, He opened gates there. And then those genie, they try to use those gates to get in. Allah, He decorated as a solution the stars, the sky, the lowest heaven, as we showed in different verse, with the stars, lamps. And those lamps is there for a reason. You will see 2 verses after. And guarded them from every accursed Satan. He guarded them. But where is the guard? How He protected? Excepting such as listens to stealth, by stealth. He will be pursued by the manifest flame. So the second, the genie, the shaitan, he go to the gate, which is, we mentioned Muhammad, he went to the first gate, second gate, you know, right away, those angels will shoot flame at the shaitan. And this is mentioned many times in the Quran. As you see, chapter 37, verse number 10 as an example. We preserve the heaven. We decorated the heaven, the lowest heaven, with the stars. And this is the only place where the stars are located, proving to us again Muhammad is a fraud. And we guarded this lowest heaven from every rebellion Satan, which is funny. There's rebellion and there's not a rebellion. Who they try to listen to the high council. So while they are there, they won't go to heaven. They will go to the gate and put their ear there to listen to Allah talking. The second they arrive there, Allah, He will shoot at them, or the angels, stars to burn them. And here you ask yourself, going back to the hadith, if Muhammad, he arrived to the first gate, and the angels behind the gate, they do not even know who is behind the gate. How they will know that shaitan is listening? How they will know even if it's shaitan or Gabriel? If you see here, the angels did not stop him before he arrived, say, hey, who are you? Stop there. No. He arrived to the lowest gate, to the lowest heaven, and then Gabriel asked for the gate to be open. It was said, who is he? They are asking Gabriel, who is he? But the Quran says that when those shaitan, they go to the gate, they will not enter the gate. They put their ear there to steal, to hear, to listen, to spy. Allah will show them with the stars. Here we go, Gabriel, or Jibreel. He arrived and he is in the front of the gate, and the one who is behind the gate, he have no idea who is on the other side. When he said open the gate, they said, who is he? Like, who are you? He replied, Jibreel. It was again said, who is with thee? And here you ask yourself how stupid the story is. Because if the angels could not be able to recognize Gabriel because they could not see what is behind the door, now how they knew that he have somebody with him if they are not seeing what is behind the door? So the first part of the sentence here implying that Gabriel, he asked to open the door. They ask him who is he. Obviously they can't see him. Because if they can't see him, this is their boss. Gabriel is the boss of those angels. Is the most important angel. So imagine you are the boss of those gods and nobody recognizes you. So here it's implying that the angels, they could not see who was behind the gate. But then right away they said, who is with you? So how they knew they have somebody with him? And then he said, Muhammad. But I thought that all the angels, they knew Muhammad. It turned to be Muhammad is not famous there. He is famous only in YouTube. It was said, has he been sent for? Which means that Allah asked for him? They have no idea. So the story, all of it, is just a joke. It's a stupid. And if you remember, we asked a Muslim previously, in previous day, about how Muhammad, when he continued, he met with Adam, he met with Isa, he met supposed Jesus, and Jesus is located in the second heaven. Take a note. And he met Yahya, he met Moses, he met Yusuf, which means Joseph, he met Harun, he met Moses, you know, he met Abraham. We asked the Muhammadan, well, aren't they those are all dead except Jesus, supposedly in Islam? And Muhammad is the first one to be resurrected? The Muhammadan, he tried to save himself. He says, all Christian friends do not know that they are in the barzakh. I said, what is the barzakh? Is that in heaven? He ran away, hang up, you remember? And here again, you see the stupid story. Muslims, they say that all the prophets before Muhammad did are dead. And Muhammad, he says, he is the first one to be resurrected in the day of judgment. And the Quran confirmed that many times, that all the prophets, except supposedly Isa. But by the way, there's a mistake here. Because the verses confirm that even Isa, he died. Chapter 3, verse number 144, it says, وَمَا مُحَمَّدٌ إِلَّا رَسُولٌ قَدْ خَلَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِهِ الرُّسُلُ. All Muhammad is nothing but a messenger. All messengers before him, they died. All of them. And it says the same as speaking about supposedly Jesus, the Messiah, chapter 5, verse number 75. The Messiah is son of Maryam. He is a messenger. All messengers before him, they died. If you click translation here, you will see the following. Look at this. Was only a messengers, all the messengers, not only, before him they pass away. Same for the story of Muhammad. Let's see if the Muslims will be honest in the translation. Chapter 3, verse 144. The messengers before him pass away before him. I see it. If he should die or slain. Allah do not know even if Muhammad is going to be slain or he will die normally. So he makes them both. A clear proof again that Muhammad is a fraud. Muhammad, he made this verse. He do not know how he will die. So he said, if I die, if he get killed or die normally, is there a third option? Oh, yeah, there is committing suicide. And Muhammad, actually, he tried to commit suicide, as you know. So, as long all the messengers, they are dead, except supposedly Isa, but as we showed you in the other verse, even Isa is dead too. Here, the verse in front of us actually says that, because all messengers before Muhammad, they died. All of them. And when Muhammad, he says, I will be the first one, to come from the grave. And then we find him, when he go to heaven, he meet Moses. We meet even with Adam. He meet with Joseph. He meet with Abraham. But this is a very authentic hadith saying that Muhammad is the first one. In the day of resurrection, the earth will go open, so he come from the grave. If Muhammad is the first one to come from the grave, which means enter the day of judgment, nobody is in heaven. Why Muhammad in his journey, he met all those prophets? it's obvious that this guy is a fraud. All his story, nothing makes sense in it. And as usual, there is no proof. And you know, if you remember Muhammad, he said, Mimi Hijab, he said, if this book is made by other than Allah, you will find in it a lot of contradictions. And this is nothing but contradictions. 1,000 years to go, then Muhammad, he go there in a few hours. Lowest heaven is where the stars is. And then Muhammad, he went to the 7 galaxies, take 13 billion a year. 13 billion a year.
Quran is mentioned, if this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think.
I have a Yellow Pages book, has 0 contradiction. This is how the Muhammadan, they've been humiliated by Mimi Hijab interview. They keep repeating that for us, that if this book is from God, and by the way, he is quoting the Quran, if this book is made by other than Allah, you will find a lot of contradictions. Then Borat, the one who was interviewed, atheist, imagine how desperate the Muhammadan is. They are asking a Borat, an atheist, to come and help them to defeat Christianity. And then Borat, he gave Allah a big finger. He said, that is a stupid idea, my friend, to say that if this book is made by other than God, then we shall find no contradiction. Well, I have a Yellow Pages book in Arabic, because he was working in Dubai, I think. The Muslim paid a lot of money. I have a phone book in Arabic, have 0 contradiction. And actually the logic of saying, if this book has 0 contradiction, it must be from God. Prove to us again that the one who wrote the Quran is an idiot. Because my book have 0 contradiction. I must be God then. Have you ever heard of a logic like this? However, even this stupid book could not stand to its standard. If Allah is the one who made the standard, that if this book is not from God, then you will find a contradiction. But everything in this book is a contradiction. If we ask the Muhammadan which one Allah created first, the stars or the earth, it is 6 days or 8 days. What is the first thing Allah created? Is it the pen? Muhammad, he says the pen. Then we find that Muhammad, he said, the first thing Allah, he created in different place, it was the throne. In different place, he said, he created the pen and his throne was above the water. So the water was exist, and it's not created by Allah. Actually, just to show you how stupid this religion is, the first thing, according to Muhammad, he created the pen. But if we ask the Muslims, and he told them to write everything. If we ask the Muslims, is the Quran created? They will say no. So who wrote the Quran? You know what I'm saying? In different hadith, Muhammad, this is why I like what Muhammad, when he talk, the more he talk, the more he make poo-poo. In different hadith, Muhammad, he said that Allah, when he created 50,000 years before he created anything, they asked Muhammad, what was Before Allah create anything, what was there? Read carefully. I heard Allah Messenger saying, Allah ordained the measure of equality, between bracket, of a creation 50,000 years before he created the heaven and the earth. So before any creation exists, Allah put the measure 50,000 years. Question: as long the heaven and the earth is created later, where was Allah? Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? If we ask the Muslim, where is Allah? They will say in the seventh heaven, right? They will say in the seventh heaven. But as we see, the seventh heaven and the earth was created, the seventh heaven and seventh earth, created 50,000 years after he wrote. So where was Allah before he created the heaven? You see how this idiot makes stories up, and whatever he say, he is making poo-poo. So based on this, Allah was homeless. There's no heaven. Before he created the heaven, there was Allah. So where was Allah? And exactly our sister here, Miss Piggy, saying, if how can there be a year if a time is not created yet? Muhammad is making poo-poo again. If there is no time, what do you mean 50,000 years? Remember, at this time, when Allah he says 50,000 year, each year is equal to 1,000 year of our time. Remember, one day for Allah, one day of Allah is equal to 50,000 years of our time. So is Allah here mentioning 50,000 years of our time? If yes, that's mean it was 50 days for Allah. If yes, that's mean Allah, he have day like us before creation of anything. I mean, everything is messed up. And then you ask yourself, before he created everything, his throne was upon the water. Okay, so who created the water? Because remember, before he created the heaven and the earth, his throne was above the water. Not after he created the earth and the heaven, his throne was above the water. Before 50,000 years before he created the earth and the heaven, his throne is above the water. Anyone can take Muhammad seriously? Obviously, this person is just a kid. He's just a kid. He's putting things up, you know. He keep talking. And the more he talk, the more he says stupid things. And here it says, by the way, Allah, he wrote the destiny. But isn't it Muhammad, he says, it's Allah, it's not him who wrote the destiny, it was the pen. If the destiny is written 50,000 years before the creation of the earth, that's mean the pen exists 50,000 years before the creation of the earth and the heaven. But before that, there was a water. Who is the one who created the water? And who is the one who created the throne? Yeah, actually, somebody mentioned the hadith about Allah sitting in a chicken. which is very funny too, you know. Allah is sitting in a chicken, and the chicken obviously is 14 billion years, because the chicken is feet is in the ground. Allah, he sitting in a chicken. The head of the chicken is under the throne of Allah right away. According to Muhammad, and I can show the reference, مرقاة المفاتيح شرح مشكاة المصابيح, volume number 7, page number 2677, I think. Yeah. You will see here it says, Muhammad talking, not me. Remember that. And you know, here we are going to use Google translation. But before we translate, it says, in the green you will see it, that Allah, praise be He have a white rooster. His wings is covered by zabarjad. I don't know how to translate the word zabarjad. And yaqut, which mean pearls and rubies, and lu'lu. One wing in the east and one wing in the west. And his head is under the throne, and his feet is in the air, and yu'adhinu, and he say Allahu Akbar each time, you know, it's time for the night prayer. And not only that, it says here, when this rooster or chicken, praise be Allah, to be Allah, in another story it says that when he do that, all the people in the sky and the earth, except the genie and the human, they will hear it. Obviously this is a true story, and it is scientifically accurate. And yeah, you know what? Allah, he like to have a rooster. What's your business? Use Google translation. And let us see if Christian Prince translation was. Here we go. God, glory be to him. He has a rooster, white rooster. Its wings are located, you know, as I translate to you, you can, I'm going to post the link for you anyway. So you can use Google translation and read by your own. And remember, Muhammad always, he have to cover his bum when he says something, because they will ask him, how come we don't hear it? Then he will say, I told you, only human and genie cannot hear it. Only genie and a human, they cannot hear it. Nobody can hear it. I mean, come on. This is how Muhammad explained his lies. The same as the story of the people in the grave. Nobody can hear them. But they are shouting, screaming. So from scientific and miracles and etc. and light speed and etc. article made by Muslim, and then we find that Allah himself, he sit in the top of a rooster. And remember, it's a white rooster. Allah will never accept a black rooster because he's racist. Did I post the link for you? If you like to save it, here we go. What is written in the green is what you need to read. The translation, the green part. Actually, here, there's something I would like to share with you. If we search for this statement here, Allah, he pray. How Allah, he pray? Let me see if I can find the hadith. those who speak Arabic, they knew that this is a Christian prayer in Arabic, and it's coming from the Aramaic. سبوح قدوس رب الملائكة والروح. سبوح قدوس. Let me find different reference. You see, the Muslims, anything is embarrassment, they hide it. They will not show it. Give me a second to find the reference. Just to show you here that the Muslims, they cut off from this hadith, that the question was, do your God Allah pray? It wasn't about Jibreel he pray or Muhammad he pray. We will try to show you from the Shia books and from the Sunni books. Let us see here first. We are just trying to find the reference in English first. If we can, it's better than just giving you a link in Arabic. We are trying to find it. If not, we will use the Arabic. It look like we could not find it. Let us go here. It says here, according to Muhammad, that the people of Israel, and remember here we are talking about Moses the Muslim. Moses the Muslim. And when Muhammad here, in reference number 6, he mentioned the same. When Muhammad, he went to heaven, in the 7th heaven, Jibreel, he said to him, hold on, wait, your God is praying. Your God is praying. Muhammad, he said, oh, do he pray? Gabriel, he said, yes, he pray. And he say, سبوح قدوس رب الملائكة والروح سبقت رحمتي غضبي. So when Muhammad, he want to enter the heaven, this is in the day of the journey time. When they arrive to the 7th heaven, Gabriel, he said to him, wait, your God is praying. Let us show you the reference in different book. This is in the Shia book. The book of Al-Kafi is equal to Al-Bukhari for the Muslim Sunni, but this is Shia. Volume number 1, page number 443. When the Prophet, he went up to the sky, Urija, I don't know how Google would translate that, but I'll translate it to you. Jibreel, he stopped him twice. And he said to him, stop in your place, in your ground, O Muhammad. You just stood in a place nobody stood it before you, and no prophet did. Your God is praying. Muhammad, he said, oh Gabriel, how he pray? He said, which means Allah, سبوح قدوس أنا رب الملائكة والروح سبقت رحمتي غضبي. I will send you the link so you can save it and you can use Google Translation as usual. Let us use Google Translation. Translation here is not too much accurate, but anyway. It says here that Gabriel twice he stopped Muhammad in a place, like he stand up, like and stand in your place, don't move. He said to him, stand in your place, Muhammad. You have stood now in a position no angel or a prophet ever stood in, which means the location he is in. Your Lord now he prays. He said, oh Gabriel, how he does pray? Muhammad is asking asking Gabriel, how Allah he pray? He said, he says, glory to be the glory. This is a translation of the Arabic, Subbuhun Quddus. It's not really too much accurate, but it's okay. I am the Lord of the angels and the Spirit. And by the way, the Google here translation is not too much accurate as usual. Let us do that. Hold on. Rabbul Malaika. Yeah, actually he says, I am the Lord of the angels, yeah. And the Spirit. But here you ask yourself, okay, Muhammad or Allah, he is saying that he is the Lord of the angel and the Spirit. But he's praying to who? Let me shorten the link and I give it to you so you can save it in your reference. I hope you guys, you are taking reference. I know many of you don't care. But later, if you ask me to give you a reference, because many, they send me messages in Patreon, and always I refuse to help them. Why? Because simply, if, you have to be here, you have to take reference, you have to save it. I'm not your nanny. If everyone send me email asking me where I can find this, I will spend my life just answering emails. So this is the reference here, and this is the Muslim links, and this is official. And by the way, as long as we just mention the word ruh, which means spirit, here we have another problem. As long as the Muslim, they say that Gabriel is an angel, and the angel is made of light, and then you claim that he is a spirit. Another stupid contradiction. Is he a spirit? Or he's a light? The second we say to Muhammadan, Gabriel, they say, oh, he is the Holy Spirit. Okay. Is he made of light? If he is light, then how he is a spirit? Light is something physical. It have different nature in the law of physics as energy. So is he light or he is a spirit? Muhammad, he took the word Holy Spirit from the Bible. He did not know what it's meant. And when they ask him, what is the Spirit? He says, it's from the command of your God. They are asking you, what is the Spirit? They are not asking you, command of who? And not to forget to mention, the Quran confirmed that all the angels are liars. If you remember the story of Adam, Allah, he said to the angels, tell me the names of those things if you are truthful. And they fail, which means they are not truthful. So how you call him Holy Spirit and he is one of the angels who Allah accused them to be liars? Can you give Sunni a reference for Allah praying? Yeah, we can, no problem. Give me a second. This is located in Kanzul Ummal. Let's see. I'm just trying to find you the reference in Islamic official website. Here we go. This is now a Muslim Sunni reference. This is the book of As-Sirah al-Halabiyya by Abu al-Faraj al-Halabi Shafi'i, volume number 1, page number 565. And I will post the link for you. You go down here, it says the same as we showed you in the Shia website. But remember, this is now Sunni. Stand your ground, your Lord is praying. And here actually describe for you some descriptions about the heaven, 500 years, etc. So let me use Google Translation and I will give you the link so you can save it. I say, did Abu Bakr precede me, and how does my Lord pray when he is needless to pray as the following, blah, 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 blah. You see that? So here you see the contradiction of this religion. They are asking each other, how Allah here, how Jibreel, he said to him, stand your ground. Your Lord is praying. And he's saying here, I was thinking how Allah he pray. Let me send you the link. You can save it. This is one of many references, you know. I'm just searching in Google. Whatever come in my way, I'm sharing with you. Give me a second. Let me share the link with you. All right. I think we have enough today to cover the story. But as you see, Muslims, Muhammadans, are leaving the cult of Muhammad and they are questioning the stupidity of this man who they claim to prophet. You know, because he is protected by sword, by criminals, but not because nobody questioned the stupidity of this religion. People mistakenly think that those who live in Egypt, they don't question how stupid Islam is. Those who live in Iraq or whatever, they do. But the second you open your mouth, they will be all over you. This is other person. He just died. His name is Sayyid al-Qumni. Very well known. Big thinker in Egypt. He whipped the floor with Allah and Muhammad. Go and see what he did. And now they are going after his daughter after he died. Islam is dead. Islam is not dying. And the only way to protect Islam is terrifying or terrorism. They will harass you. They cannot refute you. They will harass you. Anyway, I wish I can stay longer. I have some work to do, guys. So I apologize. I hope we learned good today. Don't forget to download my videos. All my videos are for free for everybody, and we give our books for free too. We have long list of books. They are made for you for free in Russian, Indonesian, Croatian, Albanian, you name it. I mean, many languages. They are for free and more to come. We praise the Lord that more and more Muslims are exposing this cult, and they are joining the force of the truth. And remember, we don't hate the Muslims, but we hate lies. Lies is our enemies. Muslims are deceived. And many of those who call themselves Muslims, they are forced to call themselves Muslim. Because there's no freedom. When they ask Ahmadinejad, how many gay you have in your country? We have none. Imagine a country like Iran have 90 million or 80 million, 85 million. There's zero gay. In Saudi Arabia, there is zero atheist. In Saudi Arabia, there is zero Christian. There's zero of everything except Muslims. Why? Because it is terrorism. Have you ever heard of a country have zero gays, zero atheists, zero Christians, zero Hindu, zero? What we have, only a Muslim, that's it. Because if somebody open his mouth and he say what he is, we will kill him. But reality is, we find in one of the videos made by the Muhammadan themselves that Muslims are leaving Islam left and right. It's a disaster. And what is coming is bigger than they can handle. Way bigger. Can they handle it? I don't think so. Thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you all. Until we see you soon again. This is your brother Christian Prince was serving you for today, humbly. And I hope many they will learn and they will turn to the truth, and the truth will set you free. God bless you.
Researchers show that over 100,000 Muslims leave Islam every single year. Our youth are full of doubts.
And that is Muslim youth leaving Islam. 24% of Muslim youth are leaving Islam.
Your child is about to become apostate. Your child is about to become apostate. In America, this is the last thing. 23% are becoming apostates of Muslims, American-born Muslims. Wallahi.
One of the more shocking things that I have experienced
I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
Quran is mentioned. If this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset, that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
that the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their ears.
I really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.